Welcome to Primo RV Center, and inside a brand new series for us here at Primo RV Center. We are very honored to be now carrying the local auto area dealer for the Nobo series. This is their 19.3, so this is a non-slide bunk unit, one of their best sellers. Very similar layout to one we carry in our RPod series, the RPod 200, that was such a bestseller for us this year, and really a surprise hit for RPod. So this chair has some similarities, but it goes well beyond. We're going to talk about the Beast Mode package, which we have on this particular unit, which really differentiates it from some of the other Forest River products that are built by the same designers. So the RPod team, the Surveyor team, they all collaborate on units like this, but this will take them to new places. Allow you to do, I think, more things and do it in more comfort as well. So we'll have a lot to talk about on the outside, but let's head inside here. This particular unit with the Beast Mode is well set up for that off-grid lifestyle. So it does have 400 watts of solar to start with additional ports that you can add outside, easy access, removable and movable solar panels as well. So as we come in, we've got our solar control panel here, so we can see, once we're set up with some batteries, how much is coming into us in different scenarios. So whether you're in high sun, low sun, you'll get a sense of kind of what the return is. And so, you know, you're going to work with those in terms of if you are in an off-grid situation or looking to be at some point, even if it's not initially. And I think this unit really will work well for the families that maybe initially in the first couple seasons, they're going to kind of get used to the lifestyle of hitting the road, or they're very experienced people already. And they know that in the future, they're going to want to take some very long journeys or perhaps head north to areas like the Yukon, Northwest Territories, Alaska, or just even Northern Territories where they're in their states or provinces where the roads really aren't exactly the best. And this unit with the Beast Mode package, which we'll show you, which really the big feature here, certainly some of the solar, is also going to be the suspension. So paired with the solar, as part of this package currently, we have a 2,000 watt inverter that is wired already into this unit. So more similar to a motorhome, other than something like the microwave. You'll be able to plug into any of the GFI outlets, so inside or outside, and you'll see they are marked here for you, so you'll know which outlets you can use. So things like around the bed, the bathroom, the kitchen area, you're going to be able to plug in devices like a coffee maker that, again, is within range, electric burners that you want to use. So it's just going to open up a whole new level of accessories. So you really want to pair that with the right batteries, and we can help you do that here. So as we come in the door, we're going to have all the light switches typically that we're going to want to make sure we have. So if we're coming in late at night, nice and easy to light up the outside and inside, and you've got a lot of lighting outside. We've got our Bluetooth speaker connection point here. So you've got two speakers inside, two outside as well. And you can choose which ones are on or off. Great little bottle opener. We've got our front cap light here, so our on and off. Great little couple of key holders here so you don't end up losing some keys. Really great spot for families here as we come in because you've got a spot you can shuffle in your shoes or sandals as you come in. Hopefully keep things a little bit cleaner. So it is standard with a Murphy bed, and the thing I absolutely love about the Murphy beds here in the Nobo, as well as the sister series, the RPod, is that you are, in this case, getting a full-size queen bed. Isn't always the case with RPod. In this case, it is a queen bed, so when it's down, and it could be down all the time. You'll see that in a second. We have all the room. I really love what they've done with the drawers here, which is a bit of an update and an upscale from, again, other units that they do make. So you have very deep drawers here that you can pull out. One of them will have all our accessories for our built-in vacuum. We've got hanging storage on either side of the bed. And the great thing is here, I can quickly set this up with just literally one hand. So it's a very, very simple setup. Take me seconds. You do have a little flip down spot here. So again, if you're having a morning coffee inside, and if it's a case where it's just not a very nice day, that's going to allow you to very quickly drop down, again, give you a comfortable spot to sit. Again, you've got outlets on either side should you need them. So with one hand, very simple, pull back on the edge, head up to the side here. Nice quick drop down. What you're going to see is you're going to invite in a whole lot more light through that window in the front cap, but you're going to reveal, again, a whole lot more space forward. So it's going to start to feel a lot bigger. So some of the great features up front here, you've got that full pull down shade here, so a roller shade, very similar to what they use in the higher end motorhomes. And you've got just a ton of storage here. So if you do have a CPAP machine, again, you're someone who's an avid reader, you've got a lot of space here to work with. So place to put a drink, place to plug things in. Everything has its place, which I love. So especially if you're on the road for a long time, you're going to appreciate that. So here, again, you can use your favorite sheets and duvets and things like that. You've got enough room forward where those top duvets and the thicker items and pillows can all stay in the front. You don't have to find a new home for them. So very, very convenient. You've got additional storage on either side here. So again, could be some great, shoe storage, things like that. We do have a 12-volt TV, so this will work off that batteries and solar combination. If you're off grid, you can swivel that towards the bed, or you can swivel it towards the dinette and towards the rear bunks as well. So again, lots of room there. You've got individual reading lights up front as well. Everything is LED to, again, be able to use less power here overall. Very light and bright here, and then I love the accent color. It's a very light forest green, so again, it just fits the outdoors, kind of brings some of that outdoors inside when you have to be inside. The hope would be that you can certainly be outside most of the time. If you need that additional bed, certainly if you've got a bigger family, this will drop down into a nice easy space to be able to use as a secondary, or in this case, a fourth bed option. Nice thing too with the mount they've chosen, it does drop down quite easily into the rubber stops that you'll see here, but it also has the ability to slide out as well. So you can create some more room here at the end if you wanted to put a chair or something, if you're playing games, doing a puzzle, things like that. Works really, really well. Love the fact that you have the dinette on the door side, so you're looking onto your campsite, but the massive window, which is very similar to a lot of the AirPod units. They've really carried that over, which people absolutely love. Again, you're going to get great sight lines here because we also sit a bit higher. You've got a plug-in up top, so again, you can plug things in like a toaster should you want to sit one there. And again, you just have that view and the airflow, which is fantastic. So here, big kitchen window as well, so you're going to get some cross flow here. What I like as well, they've really factored in folks here that are going to be on the road a little bit longer. So you're going to notice you have a much bigger sink than you would have in something like an AirPod, kind of the sister line. So we have up top as well, Furrion convection microwave, and air fryer, so all in a combination. This would be that one appliance. It's just going to have too much draw. You're not going to be able to use that one off your inverter and batteries. But again, if you're plugged into the campsite, you definitely will be able to take advantage of it and make a very quick meal. We still have our two gas burners here. Great little drop-in sink lid, so you can use that as a full prep area. They've added a drink wash station here for this model year here for 26. We've got our vegetable sprayer here, nice high-rise faucet, so it's nice and easy to fill that big pot for the corn boil outside. And just a ton of drawers, so everything's going to have its place. You'll know where the flashlights are, you know where the knives and forks are, everybody will kind of know where things are. We've got a huge area below the sink for pots and pans, and we do have a flip-up counter extension, which is very, very handy, especially if you're cooking here. If it's not a nice day outside and you do want to cook inside, gives you that spot to put things as you're cooking them up. Underneath our huge 10 cubic foot fridge, which is a 12-volt fridge. Again, that batteries and solar will be key, and we can help you with the right batteries, whether it be 6 volts or lithium, to be able to power that for the long time. It does have an off-grid mode as well, so it's a great choice for this unit. You do have a converter there with a little sticker on it that basically is indicating that it's ready for lithium batteries, so you're kind of ready now or in the future, so you can always update later. We've got the sweep-in point for our built-in vacuum cleaner. We've also got the connection point for all the hoses, which are currently just stored nicely away in one of the drawers underneath the bed, so tucked out of the way. But again, quick 5-minute job for you or the kids just before you head out. You've tidied up the floor, picked up the dog hair, and away you go. So make life nice and easy. We've got our ignition here for our onboard AC just above my head here. So nice and easy to find. Actually, I'll bring you around the side here. We'll take a look kind of for the other points that we're naturally going to be looking for. So we've got our water pump switches here, our water heater switches. We do have, again, a full complement of black and gray, and then being able to check on fresh water. And then this is very geared, again, to being out in the cold, or certainly in those shoulder seasons when it can dip below zero. So you have individual tank heaters on all your tanks, but then the whole underside of the trailer is also heated and sealed and ducted. So between the two, between running your furnace and having the pads on, even if it's dipping below zero, you're not gonna have to worry about worrying that you've got a plumbing issue, thankfully. So everything will be kind of nice and warm for you. We've got huge oversized bunks that'll literally fit people that are well over 6 feet. So if you've got taller family members like I do, you'll appreciate that these bunks are not ones they're gonna outgrow. There is lots of room for them. They've even built in the future here. We do have USB charging built into them as well. And then we have the ability here to flip up the bottom bunk. I've got the back door open there so you can see that should you want to add some bigger cargo, so whether it be a bike or two, this will flip up 90 degrees. You've got your connection point just underneath there. Individual lights as well. So a great cargo room on the road, and then easy access to your bathroom with an absolutely huge shower. So you've got 30 inches more of shower width here. We've got a 4-speed Furrion fan, so lots of ability to exit the airflow there for you. We do have our Suburban on-demand hot water tank, so you can certainly have as much hot water as you like. And then we've got our Nice medicine cabinet here. So again, lots of room storage here for all the basics, first aid, down to toilet paper, all that good stuff. You've got a lot of room to work with. And again, a chassis that, what's great about this particular unit, under 25 feet and under 5,000 pounds. So it does a lot in a very small footprint and allows for a lot of different tow vehicles too. You've got a great porcelain toilet here, nice and high, lots of room around it. So if you're taller, again, you're going to appreciate that. But again, full access on the road, which is fantastic. And then we do have great pantry here. So we're going to have two of the same size, and our furnace is centrally located just below. So that way, should you be front or back, very quick and easy to heat this unit up. Let's head outside now, where hopefully you'll be living most of the time. And you're going to see some real differentiators here with both the Nobo series, but then also this beast mode package. As we head out, you'll notice we've got the more ride flip up steps here, so individual feet that you can dial into uneven terrain. We've got our lend-a-hand here, so nice and easy to be able to get in or out, especially if you've got kids. You're going to appreciate that. Close our door here just to highlight, again, some of the aspects of the outside here. So up front, a standard power tongue jack here. We are going to complement this particular unit with a full set of the easy blocks. There'll also be one underneath your front jack here. It just means, because it's a higher unit naturally, you're not going to have to bring those jacks down as nearly as low, and it's going to make the whole unit more stable. So that'll be part of the package that's coming with this unit. Huge front cap with a huge window, and then you've got the great light that we had that switch for just inside. Beautiful graphics here. Kind of reminds me of the West Coast, kind of Oregon and British Columbia here in Canada, coastline here. Love the graphics. We've got two 20-pound tanks here, so nice and easy to exchange if you ever need to. Lots of room up front, again, for those lithium or 12-volt batteries or 6-volt batteries that allow you to extend your stay. We do have a standard tire pressure monitor system here. So that is the repeater that we have here. And then just to our right, we're going to have our battery cutoff switch. So very handy when it's going into storage. You're going to come back, and with that 400 watts of solar in this package, you are going to have those batteries fully charged, ready to go, because you've killed all the power to those potential appliances that may want to drain that. So we head into our cargo compartment here. We've got lots of lighting. You can see the aluminum framing. Behind this fiberglass wall, we're going to have Asdel composite. So something that helps lighten the unit, but also is impervious to water, which is really wonderful. So the same manufacturer of your converter here is also making the inverter. So again, those two are going to work really well together, and you have the ability here to, again, select the modes that you're in. You also have some charging here, USB-C in the front, should you need to recharge any devices or things like flashlights. It would be a good spot for that. We'll take you to the other side as well, because there's some great features here, part of this beast mode package that we're going to see on the other side as well. I love the fact that they brought the awning nice and far forward and pretty much to the back. So all the areas that you'd want to be shaded, where you really want to live, is well taken care of here. So that's going to come out a full 8 feet. It's going to cover both the door, but also your full cooking area, and then give you kind of an area to be able to set up your campsite and all your chairs and everything else. So we've got the ability here with the Forest River rail here to alternate. So you could have our griddle moved closer to the door if we wish. I put it here because we have that natural connection point to LP gas right here. It does come with a Suburban griddle. It's got a Lodge pre-seasoned top, so you don't have to go through the seasoning process should you not want to. So really, really helpful. But again, you can alternate kind of what's where. We've got the great door here with the built-in window. If we had the light off, it'd be very tough to tell it's actually even a window there, which I love. And then we've got that LED light running the full length here. We've got a great little scare light that's also LED lights, so it does actually a great job lighting up the whole outside. Generally, when I'm camping, I have one on my coach as well, and I don't find I actually need the big light, which is great. We've got huge mud tires here. We're going to show you some of the details on the suspension here, which is the big feature. We do have hot and cold shower here as well, so you can also set up a little wash station, kind of the natural area. We've got plug-ins, which again, they'll be GFI, so should you want to maybe have that little coffee maker outside and be running that off solars and batteries, you can. We've got an excellent spot here maybe for all your hoses or other, maintenance items, tools, things like that, you name it, but really whatever you'd like to put here. So you've got some more storage. And I love the fact that they've already thought about more solar. So should you have kind of sunlight towards the back of the coach, you could have a folding 100 or 200 watt panel that you can also connect in. So you could get to, 200, you could add another 1 to 200 watts of solar here. You already have 400. So with the right batteries, you're really going to be able to extend your stay. And especially in the seasons like spring and fall, when the sun isn't quite as strong, that could be a big benefit to you as well. Both bunks will have huge windows, so you've got lots of airflow if you just can't run that AC. They've kind of thought everything on this one. This is what I love about this particular series and package. Other than maybe a battery upgrade, there's not much that you would do. And that's just not the case with most coaches on the market. This is something that's going to appeal certainly to a first-time buyer, but those who've had a few coaches, there's a lot of things here that we all wish we had on ours, and it's already from the factory, fully covered by that factory warranty as well, which I love. So we do have the Lippert on-the-go ladder system here. So should you wish to add the ladder, we keep it in stock, but it's already got the pre-mount. You've also got a pre-wire for your backup camera. And again, we saw inside that easy access door. So it's at a great height too. So just easy to unload and load. You could just use that for all your Rubbermaid bins, which is typically what we put everything in. So it can be very, very handy. Got our big spare tire here. These big Mud Lake tires. So again, nice aggressive tires. So if you're in a softer area, or you do, again, get off that an area that's not necessarily a hard paved area and campground, you're going to appreciate that added flotation, help you not get stuck. We have 30 amp service here, so that'll run your AC as well as everything else. Nice thing is with this unit, again, I think it's like all the cases with the airflow you have, good chance you may not have to use that AC, but you do have that on board built in. We've got our pre-wire in the back here for cable and satellite. Nice and easy access, and being the tanks are very high, you're going to have great flow for getting, again, everything out of the waste tanks really quickly, so it's not going to take hours to unload. Going to come back to the suspension here in a minute and highlight that, just, again, spend a bit more time there, but that's our black tank flush. I love the fact that our furnace is on the back side because we've got that carbon monoxide away from where we're sitting with family and friends. We've got easy access for winterization to our Suburban tank, so that's that endless hot water system, so again, it's on demand. Going to be energy efficient as well. And then we've got our city water connection. Should be lucky enough to have it on site, and our connection for our huge water tank here as well. And I mentioned an additional feature on this side. So we've got, with the particular package that's on here, we've got a standard water filtration system, which wouldn't be on the standard Nobo. So again, that's part of the benefit of this particular package between the inverter, the solar, the filter. But the big one is the smoothest ride you're going to get on any RV product out there. And it's limited in terms of what product lines will have this particular feature, and that is the Curt independent suspension. So it is a fantastic system here. We took off a wheel so we could highlight it just that little bit more. So you've got those coil springs as well as a nice dampening shock. That is simply not something that's on, even partially on, traditional RVs. So you're typically spring suspension. It's pretty harsh, lasts several years, and then you're into some maintenance. Here you're going to A, have a lot more life, but B, it's just much more rugged. They, in their testing, are finding a 50% improvement in handling. So even if you never hit a logging road, the Dempster Highway up in Alaska, you will see the benefit. If you're somebody who's looking to crisscross the country, I can say in Canada especially, as we get out of major city areas, the highways get pretty bad. They're pretty rough generally. And as you are traveling days upon days to crisscross the country, it takes a toll on your body, mind, and spirit. Well, this is going to help to basically have that much more relaxed drive. You're not going to feel things as much coming through the coach and back to that tow vehicle. So it really is a game changer for the RV industry. It is much more bringing what you have in the truck world to your RV and just smoothing things right out. So especially if you have any apprehension to towing, I think it's something that's going to appeal to you because you're going to find a difference behind that tow vehicle. And if it happens to be a light truck, then more so. So this is a unit that could be pulled by a wide variety of vehicles. I think a lot of people will be in that kind of light truck to full-size category, but there certainly are SUVs that you could handle this with. Again, under 5,000 pounds and under 25 feet with this level of features. Just tough to find in the RV industry today. We are super pleased to be able to offer our customers the new No Boundary series. And this has, again, the fantastic additional package here, what they're calling their beast mode package here, but I just call it the off-grid package because quite frankly, it's going to take you to places that other units simply can't get to with the level of suspension you have here comfortably, but also those standard inverter, water filtration, additional solar. It's all going to add up to something that you can live in longer and be out there longer.